By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why building backends with no-code tools is the single most accessible way to generate consistent online revenue in 2025. I'm going to show you the exact framework I've used to build multi-six-figure automation businesses without writing a single line of code, using nothing more than make.com and strategic thinking. So look, I've been in the online business world for quite a few years now. I've worked with different agencies which operate up to 8 figures. I've also worked for multiple businesses which are listed on stock exchanges and Fortune 500 businesses. Personally, I do a mixture of work from low-code, no-code consulting. I also do a huge amount of work within AI. But the important thing with it is I build solutions for businesses which save them and make them more money. But here's what I wish someone had told me years ago. The easiest way to make money online isn't creating the next viral app or building a massive audience. It's in solving boring, repetitive problems for businesses who are already spending money on inefficient solutions. I spent far too much time trying to chase complex ventures, building sophisticated products, raising capital, and trying to build very, very successful businesses. And what I discovered that changed everything is businesses will pay premium prices for simple solutions which solve their operational nightmares. And this changed a big perspective shift for me. It actually meant I could be much more simple and focused, solve simpler problems, give much higher ROI-based solutions to businesses, and cut down on a huge amount of complexity. And actually this then gave me the success I was craving. And it took a huge reframe. The most beautiful part out of all of this is you can deliver these solutions in days, not months, using visual automation tools that require zero coding knowledge. And this is what clicked me, was when I realized I could take on a retainer to solve small tech problems for clients, utilizing the skills I already had. I realized the market doesn't care about technical complexity, they care about problems disappearing. So this is the hidden gold mine. Every single business, from your local dentist to a Fortune 500 company, likely is drowning in some form of manual process. They're either copying data between spreadsheets, they're either manually sending follow-up emails, they're processing orders by hand, they're reconciling invoices one by one. Take McKinsey, they found that 45% of work activities could be automated with existing technology. Right there is a $2 trillion opportunity. But here's the kicker. Most businesses think that automation means hiring expensive developers or implementing complex enterprise software. They're getting quotes for $50,000 when you could be building a solution with make.com for $5,000, which would work both better and faster. And the gap between what businesses need versus what they think they need is where your opportunity lives. If you're watching this video today, you'll likely have the right mindset and you're already thinking about this path. And what I'm going to talk to you today is basically, in a nutshell, how to achieve that. In the next 10 minutes, the skill sets I'm going to walk through to you and the technique I'm going to walk through to you will give you the power and the outcome to build a very, very successful business and cross a 6-figure threshold mark on earnings very quickly. Now, you don't need to be, and the clients don't need, artificial intelligence or blockchains. What they need is their invoice data to flow automatically from their payment processor to their accounting software. They need their customer inquiries routed to do the right department without someone manually forwarding these emails each day. I recently walked into a meeting where the CEO was proudly showing me their advanced system, and it was literally 5 people copying data between 3 different spreadsheets. They thought automation meant replacing their entire infrastructure, and I showed them how using low-code platforms such as make.com could connect their existing tools, and their jaws dropped. So let me be clear about why personally I love make.com, and it specifically is a game changer here. For me, I've tested so many platforms extensively for different clients, for different businesses, working with their own tech stack, working with my own preferences of tech stack, and also just learning and getting better. I find make.com stands head and shoulders above the rest of the competition when it comes to building serious, powerful business automations. You can do visual programming, and this is a huge power because you can use a visual scenario builder for complex enterprise-based flows, where you're literally drawing the logic flow with if this, then that, with different branches, filters, and error handling. And it's like having developer's brain without needing to know code syntax. And think about it. Traditional coding requires you to learn syntax, understand data types, debug cryptic error messages, and with make.com you can see exactly where the data flows, where the decisions are made. And it's like the difference between reading a manual in a foreign language versus looking at blueprints. So if you need to learn a skill and skill set fast, this gives you a huge lever to develop it without being a software engineer. So if this all sounds super complex to you, that's okay. It's a lot of stuff to learn, but it's a lot of stuff you can learn quickly, and I promise you that. The cost structure as well also scales, and you can run a substantial amount of automations for clients for sub $100 a month. And this enables you to charge thousands, but then only charge a small amount for maintenance, which means it's more of a one-off cost for clients than an ongoing heavy recurring fee, which makes it a lot more attractive. So diving into the no-code advantage framework. So let me break you down my exact method for why no-code automation is the perfect online business model. So first, speed to revenue. Traditional development cycles kill cash flow. When I pivoted over to Make.com for automations, I went from 3-month project cycles to delivering complete solutions in 3 to 7 days. Speed isn't just about delivering quickly, it's about validation. Successful building of products, you can get quick payment, you can also get testimonials from clients. You can literally go from your first conversation to a paid project realistically in under a week. The psychological impact on clients is also massive. When they see their problem solved in a few days instead of months, they become evangelical about your services. They can't believe what used to be a massive IT project is now a quick implementation. Now, one of the largest ones is there's basically a zero technical barrier here. You can get maximum business impact, and you don't need to be a software engineer, you don't need to understand servers, databases, or programming languages. But you do need to understand business processes, and this is where the real value lies. The skill is in understanding workflows and solving problems, not just writing code. And then the third piece is its immediate, measurable ROI you can deliver for clients. And this is crucial for easy sales. When your automated process takes a client from 4 hours a day, wasted time, which is 20 hours per week and 80 hours per month. Now, if you look at that at a $50 rate, that's over $4,000 a month. Most automations can pay for themselves in 30 to 60 days. And it goes just beyond labor savings because automated processes don't make errors, they don't take sick days, and they don't forget steps. The quality improvement alone justifies the investment, and this time savings are just gravy on top. So fourth, you then have compound revenue streams. And here's where it gets really powerful. Every automation does need monitoring, optimization, and expansion. So if you're starting with project fees of $3,000 to $15,000 or even more, you can then add on a monthly maintenance package from $200 to $2,000. You can upsell expanded automations, and you can turn a client, which was just a one-time client, into a client which can then generate you multiple recurring business. Now, this does involve you doing the work well, and it does involve you building a product which is good quality. But if you can do that correctly and you can deliver high quality products and you can teach yourself to be great at what you're doing, these then come so much more naturally. And you get a client who starts with a simple email automation and suddenly realizes they could automate their entire inventory management, or you could suggest it to them. And then they realize, okay, great, you can do their reporting, their customer onboarding, and your revenue share per client grows exponentially over time. And their ability to streamline their operations and scale their business also grows in tandem with your revenue. So here's something that's crucial, but definitely took me a long time to understand. You're not just selling technology. I'm a huge nerd, I love talking about it, but you're actually selling time, peace of mind, and efficiency. Business owners don't care about APIs or webhooks. They care about leaving the office at 5 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. They care about having 3 more hours in their day to grow their business and be more successful. And when I first started, I loved to explain the technical brilliance of my automations, and people's eyes just glaze over. Now, I simply structure it in a way of what if you never had to think about this process again, and you find they start leading. The real magic is demonstration. With something like Make.com, you can build a proof of concept during the sales meeting. I've literally automated a prospect's simple workflow while I watched, and that's enabled me to close 5-figure deals. You can't do that during traditional development, and what you find is if you deliver high quality value in front of someone, they don't move away from it. When you show them a little bit of value, they don't try to take that and copy it. They realize how much value you can provide them, and they then want to work with you. So there are riches in niches, and you've got to be specific with who you work from. You cannot be a generalist, because otherwise what you'll find is you don't specifically attract a specific audience. But the value really is doubling down in a specific industry. So pick an industry you understand, pick an industry you're passionate about, and become an automation expert for that vertical. Such as real estate agents all have very similar workflows. E-com stores face the same challenges. Accounting firms struggle with identical bottlenecks. And when you specialize, your marketing becomes effortless, your solutions become templated, and your pricing becomes standardized. It might take you 20 hours to figure out who your first client is, but it might only take you 2 hours for your 10th. Now, it's okay to pivot. If the first niche you pick doesn't work for you, change. Pivot, try something new. But make sure you give it a shot to understand where success is. Make sure you give it a shot to understand where you can really, really drive value and you're genuinely passionate about it. So here's your roadmap to your first $10,000 a month. Number 1, master Make.com basics. Take their academy, take their courses, build practice automations for your own life. Automate your email sorting, your calendar scheduling, anything to get hands-on experience. Then build one impressive automation for a business you know, make it for free, make it amazing, but document everything. This can be used as your portfolio piece. Then start reaching out to businesses in your chosen niche. Offer to diagnose their problems for free and start closing clients. But do it in a personal way. Don't just use ChatGPT, don't just use AI to make it impersonal. Make sure to be providing genuine Loom videos and walking through the tutorials and the pieces where you're passionate about and focusing it on businesses for solving their problems, not just showing off technical expertise. Now, the beauty of this, there really is no overhead, there's no inventory, there's no employees. Just you, Make.com, and businesses desperate for efficiency. So remember, every business has a process they hate doing manually. Your job is to find them, fix them, and get paid handsomely for it. The opportunity is massive, the tools are ready. And the only thing missing is you taking action. So start tonight, and in 90 days, you could be running your entire and own automation consultancy. Now, if you like this video, take a look at what's up here. Slightly different, but also very relevant to the same topic. I'm excited to see what you build. Tell me your ideas in the comments below. Have a great day.